Hey, good morning, y'all. Jana Bullard. And we've been doing a series that we're calling Troubleshooting that helps answer questions that people have when they think something's not right with their body when they're on their wellness, weight loss, health journey. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why to take pictures, okay? Why to take the pictures and the difference between fat loss and weight loss. At the end of the day, you want to lose fat and you want to keep muscle. This is super, super, super important. And so as people are only looking at the scale, there's a couple of things that can go on. So if you are dieting, like I just had a lady said, probably the best thing I can do is just stop eating, okay? Then you're going to lose muscle, okay? But you're going to keep your fat, okay? So see the size, see how much bigger this is than this? Y'all, they weigh the same. You want to keep this pound, you want to lose this pound. It's bigger. You can put this whole thing inside of this. They weigh the same. And so that's one reason why taking the pictures, and I'm not saying take the pictures and look at them. I'm not saying look in the mirror. I am saying take the picture, best case scenario, wearing the exact same thing, okay? Take the picture, put them side by side. Don't look at them with your eye. Your eye does not show you the difference, okay? The other thing that is super helpful is know how something fits, whether it's a favorite pair of jeans, and I don't care if they're too tight or you cannot wear them and the zipper does like this. That's okay. Whatever it is that you know, when I look at this visually, it is going to help the psychosis of the scale because the scale will not always move. So there's a few different reasons because of that. As you have fat cells, and if you listen to the video that Dr. Wallace and I did, as your body has fat cells, part of that not shrinking is inflammation in it. So maybe some of the fat left, but your fat cells know that you're going to quit again, okay? They know. They've seen your history of dieting and not dieting, dieting and not dieting, and going 7 days and not doing it again. So they know. So they don't lose their shape. They want to stay nice and plump. So they'll take in water so that they can keep their shape because they know you're not going to keep going and give them enough time to go, okay, I give up. I'm going to drop the fat for good. Because she kept going. So things like that are super, super, super important. Your fat cells are just waiting for you to go back to your old self. So they're just holding on firm for a minute. So that's one of the powers of consistency in what we do. The other thing is when all we're doing, if we're under eating and if anybody that has done extreme appetite suppressant, whether it's surgery, whether it is the diabetic shot used to lose weight through side effects. Sometimes appetite suppressant can come from depression or something even. Not everybody's a stress eater. Some people don't eat when they're stressed or they're emotional or whatever like that. Okay? Just a season in life. So it doesn't always have to be something that you've done to your body. Sometimes it's something that's going on with your body. And so when you're doing that, then you're losing muscle. Because you're under eating, you're like with the side effects from the diabetic shot, vomiting, diarrhea, and stuff like that. It's like, it's the same thing as having it's similar to having an eating disorder. What you're doing keeps the fat. The first thing that goes, y'all, is the muscle. The muscle will wither away because you're not feeding it nutrition, okay? So it's super important that you don't get so hung up on the scale. And I'm not saying the scale won't move. But if you're looking for it to move every day, you are going to be miserable. You're absolutely going to be miserable because we want to keep your muscle and we want to lose your fat. So when people say muscle weighs more than fat, no, it does not. Y'all, I was really good at math. A pound is a pound, okay? The size of the pound is not the same. Muscle is more dense. Fat is more fluffy, okay? So so that's why let's talk a little bit about people that they go, okay, I'm going to start an eating plan and I'm going to start busting it in the gym. The scale is not going to move. Okay, so calm down. If you are somebody that wants to put too much on your body at once and you're not only maintaining muscle, but you're building it a little bit, the scale is not going to move because this is getting bigger and you want it to. Your muscle is getting bigger, stronger, you're developing more of it and things like that. So the scale's not necessarily going to move. So the pictures and the clothes are so, so, so important. But as we age, especially, y'all, we want to be doing some walking. You want to be doing some light strength training, because your muscle, one reason why you don't want to be what I call skinny fat, and that means you're losing, but you're losing the good stuff, is as we age, what actually keeps us from falling and doing some different things like that in our lives is our infrastructure. It's our muscle, okay? So super, super, super important. So I want you to be sure that you're watching those things, that you're comparing those pictures, that you don't get crazy when you're, wanting to go to the gym and it's like, okay, the scale's not moving, but I work out 4 times a week, I'm lifting heavy, scale's not gonna move, okay? So being consistent with your supplementation is really huge, because remember, so many of what our products do is they work at that cell level. They start to want to make that cell drop the fat, reduce the water. You think about even GLP-X, it's got an electrolyte blend in it, it's got a water blend in it, it's got an inflammatory blend. When people say, well, Global Blend's not really a weight loss product. It's our flagship product. We're all about wellness. We have more wellness products than we do anything that helps aid your issues, not diet pills, okay? We have more wellness products than anything else. Well, if you're carrying inflammation, it looks like weight. So it does really matter that you're using things that start to bring those down. It is important that you're using things that are keeping you hydrated. Dehydrated fat cells, I say, can't burn fat. Cindy said the other day, dehydrated fat cells cannot metabolize. So when we talk about drinking water and you're like, well, I don't really like water. Well, you're going to get to like your fat cells, because you're not going to lose them if you're not giving them something so they want to whoosh, okay? So I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about this morning, because more often than not, whether it's on a day 4 or whether it's on a day 24, whatever it is, I will hear people say, well, the scale's not moving. And my first question, and y'all, those of y'all that have been around for a hot minute, my first question is, what do your pictures look like compared together? What do your jeans or your favorite dress or shorts, whatever the situation is, your belt? How are those measurements that you're doing week to week and you're comparing? How are those looking? And then measurements are with a tape measure, around here, around here, around here. The thing about that is it's not an exact science, y'all, because one, you don't put the measuring tape in the same side unless you're better coordinated than I am. So don't get real hung up on that. And then also, if you are losing fat, you're losing it. I mean, you can measure your neck, but you're losing it in your face. You're losing it in parts of your torso that you didn't measure. You're losing it in other parts of your legs that you didn't measure. You're losing it in your fingers. Your hands are mostly inflammation. You're losing it sometimes in your feet. People go down a shoe size sometimes, depending on, how much weight they need to lose. And so when you're not gauging with pictures and clothes, even measurements will give you a distorted perception. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about this morning. Going to keep this video pinned underneath troubleshooting in the guides, so that when you or one of your friends goes, well, the scale's not moving. Let me go back to finish what I was going to say. I'll let you go. So most of the time when I say, have you compared those things, when they say the scale's not moving, 99% of the time, they come back and they say, oh yeah, I can tell my shorts are looser. Yeah, oh yeah, no, I could tell, like my waist, I can tell that my waist is smaller. Okay, then don't get hung up on the scale, because what people do with the scale is they throw the baby out with the bath, which means I didn't lose any weight in 4 days. I'm just going to eat donuts. I'm just going to eat donuts and pizza because I didn't lose any weight. Y'all, that's what your fat cells know you're going to do, and that's why they're not cooperating quickly with you, because they know your color. It's a quitter. They know that's your shade, okay? So stay the course, be consistent. We're here to support you through your success. It was like trying to bring somebody on, not close. So here we go.